Semi-final, and the top two teams go through to phase 2.
And the ball is thrown in now. It's number 12 for Laois, Bobby O'Connor. Impressive last week, and a slight breeze against him. We'll see how this one strikes it through, and that's the first point of the game. LJ Cuddy opens the scoring here after 44 seconds in Mangard Park. Laois take the lead. Quick ball into own lines. Oisin Gilligan gets the ball on. Out to LJ Cully. LJ with a second score. Look, the talk was big about him beforehand, and he does look a fine hurler.
Absolutely, you can see the Laois supporters around me. They're applauding him. He's a big, tall unit of a man.
It is a massive win, and it does play a big bearing on a game, especially in the early stages when, look, your warm-up, you're getting prepped for everything, but really that match pace is...
It's only when you're out there, like you say, you can play all the challenge games in the world, but you can play these conditions. It's very, very hard to replicate in training. Again, the big mannequin has it, LJ Cuddy.
Looks, the ball comes over here to Oisin Gilligan. It's a fine strike by Gilligan, and it's a third point for Laois. And look, to be fair, on the basis that they've opened in 5 minutes, you say
LJ Cuddy.
LJ Cuddy, the Colmass man, strikes it high, and that one again, same result over the bar. Look, another great score from the Camross man, as goalkeeper Elliot Dwyer looks to find the ball and try and get a puck out going completely. And look, the tough conditions definitely aren't helping the way play is going today. It's a lot of getting down and dirty for the ball, and that's the opening score for Kildare. Cúnog McAegon, and it's 4 points in Laois to Kildare after 9 minutes of play here in Mangard Park. Opening, looking for LJ Cuddy now in the full forward line as the ball comes in, and it's intercepted by the Kildare man Sean Senan Nicholson. Picked up now with the Laois man Killian Hoey, and Killian Hoey gets his first score of the game. And look, just to be there on the breaking ball, it's a good score to get.
That score kind of sums up the first half for me.
Dive a ball up into the forward line. Good interception there. And it's Dan Downey Downey running in on goal. Will he give it off to another man, or will he go himself? And that's a goal for Laois. Look, Elliot Dwyer with a brilliant save, it looked like, but Killian Hoey followed in on the rebound. And that's a sharp ball into Bobby O'Connor, who drops it and picks it up. He looks to get it onto his favourite left side, and that's a great score from Bobby O'Connor. Look, he looks like a very stylish hurler, and he's plenty of good things going for him so far in this one.
He's slim in stature, but by God, he can hurl, Bobby O'Connor. I can't underestimate enough the power of that wind and the effect it's having in the game.
And a bit of rain now as well coming, as it's cold enough in Mangard Park, and Cúnog McAegon makes no mistake with the free there, and that's the second score on the board for Kildare. 24 minutes gone, Laois 1-6, Kildare 2 points in Mangard Park. And look, the conditions aren't good. Strike going in as we look at Sean Higgins and Cúnog McAegon. Ball taken there by the Laois man, and it's brilliantly intercepted, and we have own lines bearing through on goal here. Own lines up for the point, and that's a very good score from the Laois man, and he's looked lively.
Maybe a goal chance as well, to be fair. No, look, he was going to put the head down. No, he got the goal. The most important thing is
the plan of what he's trying to do, as the ball looks like it's going to be delivered in, and it's a high strike.
It doesn't matter, Niall, it doesn't matter.
And that's a superb score from LJ Cuddy.
What a free that was by Cuddy.
Just goes to show you the quality of it. It's always important just to get that ball in a bit of higher leverage, as we see it to full effect here, and that's a brilliant ball in. Sean Higgins, Nace man, looks to get over the ball and is driven out here, and that's Oisin McAvey. Oisin McAvey flicks it up out to the Laois man, and that's a great score again. And look, one of the very big positives for Kildare in this first half is the performance of Owen Lyon. I thought he's been very good so far. McAegon lifts the ball, strikes it over the bar. It's another point for the Nace man, as it's 32 minutes gone, just well over 32 minutes gone here, and it's Laois 1-7. Different now in the last kind of 5 or 6 minutes than it would have been in the opening 20 minutes really. And look, it's half time here in Mangard Park, and Laois 1-7, Kildare 5.
Probably the weather as well, it's going to level off things as well in the second half as well.
It is it? Look, it's raining here. It doesn't make conditions easy at all. His ball is thrown in here, and Luke Hines tries to get the ball, driving up the pitch with the ball, and Cúnog McAegon with good pressure. Harry Dunhu drives the ball. That's it. Oisin Gilligan picks up the ball for Laois, hands it off to LJ Cuddy. LJ looks to go by 2 Kildare men, flicks it up, gets the strike off, and that looks like it's going to tail. Oh no, over the bar. LJ Cuddy with the score for Laois, and that's just another sign of his talent. the Laois number 7, and it's picked up again by Oisín. Oisín strikes the ball, and that's a great score from Oisín McAvee, and that's a great sign of hard work. Look, the ball didn't come up straight away, gets the flick in, puts it over the bar. That's a great score from Kildare.
Down in Laois hurling circles as well, they produce many great hurlers on. Think of the great PJ Cuddy as well. I think he's the all-time top scorer for Laois.
And this strike goes over the bar, and that's another point for LJ Cully. And look,
it mightn't be a free, but it might
ball delivered in here from Dan Bowe. It looks like it'd be a Laois man empty here on his own. Callum Jones picks up the ball, and Callum taps that over the bar. Callum Jones found himself in a bit of space there, and look, he duly obliged and tap it over as the lead extends to 7 points now with 9 minutes to 7 or 8 minutes left. So take the point, and he does that. Cuan Marcagon, and that is another point for Kildare as the Confi man lifts the ball and strikes it in. It's curling in. So Ryan Keeshan again with an important block, and that goes over the bar, so it's a score for Kildare, but maybe just too little too late from the Kildare man. It's a 64 minutes.
They should have been doing throughout the game.
As the ball is struck by Oisín McAvee, and we can see the wind again holding the ball up ever so slightly as it's flicked up, and Cuan McAgon looks to get it up in his hurley, and it's intercepted by the Laois men, and that's number 18, and that's the full-time whistle blown, and it's Conor Dawson referee that calls a halt to the game, and